Hello and welcome to another video of mine. It's Kemal AA and this is another Chelsea transfer news video for you guys, where I'll keep you guys up to date with all the latest Chelsea news in the previous 24 hours. Again, there wasn't really a Chelsea news video for you guys. I gave you guys a talking point video where how Chelsea can utilise Kai Havertz in a false nine position due to our lack of goals. Lack of creation of goals. There's no creativity within the team, and we're not putting chances away, and it's costing us points in games. And I made a talking point video on that, so if you guys want to check it out, go and check it out. It's my video that I made yesterday. There will be a card above. But in this news video, I'll be covering Erling Haaland once again, some new news in regards to his latest developments. I'll also be speaking about Tammy Abraham, Ross Barkley, and also the goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma from AC Milan. Some interesting reports and developments in regards to him. But before I do get into it, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and comment down below your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below, and let's get straight into this news daily video for you guys. Now, starting off with the main report, and of course it is in regards to Gianluigi Donnarumma, and this was broken by Eurosport_UK. Again, it's in the name, it's a UK English publication. Mixed reliability, not the most credible. They do get some stories right, but they're not the most tier 1 or tier 2 sources. They're not credible like your Matt Laws, your Nizar Kintillers, these journalists that are connected with Chelsea specific. But at the same time, it's not a crap source. These guys, they do have some reliability, and what they're stating is that Chelsea are continuing to monitor Gianluigi Donnarumma's contract situation at AC Milan in case he doesn't sign it. Now, currently, Gianluigi Donnarumma's deal does end this summer. At the moment, of course, he didn't really contact any clubs or agents or anything like that. He's still undecided whether he's going to renew his contract. It does expire in 3 months, so we could potentially sign Donnarumma on a free, which would be fantastic business for the quality, for the potential that he has, his abilities. And listen, of course, if we are going to be in for him, Chelsea aren't going to be the only club in for him. But I think out of all the top elite clubs, Chelsea are in a position where we are probably the most desperate need of a goalkeeper for obvious reasons. But again, it's not certain that he's going to leave. There's still rumours that he will actually sign a contract. Now, back in New Year's Day, about 2 months ago, there was reports that Donnarumma is linked to Chelsea. Of course, Chelsea have recuperated and recovered relations with his agent, Mino, the same agent of Erling Haaland, coincidentally. And of course, the deal could be struck. Donnarumma would be interested in moving to the Premier League. Donnarumma, being 21 years of age, it feels as this guy's been 21 for about 5 years. I mean, he made his debut at the age of 16. Absolutely incredible stuff. He's got scary potential. One of the best shot stoppers in Europe. Again, his distribution is a bit suspect. And again, I've always said this before, distribution, especially in the modern game, it's crucial for a goalkeeper. But again, he's young, he's 21. So it's an area of his game where he can develop. He's, of course, not the finished article, but he's already world-class and he's 21. So again, he's like the Mbappe of goalkeepers. Again, he's one of AC Milan's best players. He's got fantastic shot-stopping ability. He's very tall, strong, a commanding goalkeeper who's fantastic at claiming crosses and corners. Of course, there are some weaknesses, including his distribution, as I've already stressed. For news stories in regards to him, again, I'll be updating it on this channel, so make sure that you are, subscribe and you do hit the bell notification. But my false opinions, listen, now some people are going to say, we have Edouard Mendy, why are we going for Donnarumma? And it is a valid point. I understand it. I understand it from their point of view. I understand it from their perspective. We already have Edouard Mendy, who is an established goalkeeper who turned 29 yesterday. So happy birthday to Edouard Mendy. And Edouard Mendy's kept numerous clean sheets, but there's something about Mendy I don't like. There's something about him, and listen, it's because for me it's the amount of for me, it's a case of the amount of mistakes that he makes. He makes too many errors, but a lot of them that, teams don't capitalise on his mistakes. He's made so many mistakes, and there's been games where he's kept clean sheets, but for me, it's been a false image. It's been a false image because he's made glaring errors, but he gets bailed out by the defence or the centre-backs, or the strikers don't capitalise on his mistakes. There's been countless of times. There's been times where teams actually capitalise on him. Everton away, we lost 1-0. That mistake where he gave away the penalty. The Leeds goal where, for Bamford's goal, where he just stood there, and there is areas of his game where he needs to improve, and he's in his prime. So the fact that he's a finished article, I don't like it. I don't think that he is our long-term solution. He's a very good, solid backup option. I think there's a number 2. Edouard Mendy's quality, and the guy is quality, but for a first choice at a club like Chelsea, not for me. Listen, I love his mentality. I love some of his attributes. I think he's a very, very good, solid shot stopper. But I don't think he's in the upper echelons of football. I don't think that he's elite enough in my personal opinion. And this is just me being honest and the harsh truth. If you want to win Premier Leagues, if you want to win Champions League and compete for the best trophies, you need elite players. I don't think Edouard Mendy can guide Chelsea to those heights. And goalkeeper is one of those positions where you cannot mess about. You need elite players in that position. How teams have never won titles with mediocre goalkeepers. It's as simple as that. As harsh as it sounds, it is the case. Now, sticking with the goalkeeper situation, just a little bit more briefly. Again, same article, Eurosport. They're saying Chelsea will still be looking to offload Kepa in the summer. Again, it's interesting how. We're going to have to raise his value some way or another. Tuchel will have to start integrating him into games, hoping that he keeps some clean sheets, because at the moment we're not going to get anywhere near the value that we fished out on him. Are any clubs going to even take him on loan? Forget purchasing him. Are any clubs going to sign this guy on loan? And at the moment it doesn't look like it. So for us to offload him, we need to find suitors, we need to find buyers for him, and for that reason we need to increase his value by playing him and hoping that he performs at the same time. So it's a bit of a catch-22, because if in all three competitions, in the Prem, Champions League and FA Cup, we're competitive in all three. We're in a quarter-final against Sheffield. Do you want to risk Kepa? Personally, I would. I think Kepa deserves to play against Sheffield. Champions League at home to Atletico. Can you really risk Kepa? I wouldn't personally. And in the Premier League, we need to get top four. Top four is the biggest priority out of three competitions. So it's like, where are you going to fit this guy in? I mean, sure, stick him against Sheffield, but if we get past Sheffield, we're going to play like a Man City or United. Can you really risk Kepa in those games? I'm not too sure. So again, I don't know where he's going to fit Kepa in. And if we're going to look to offload him, we need to find suitors for his signature. It's as simple as that. But moving on to Erling Haaland. Again, this guy, how many times will I speak about him in countless videos? It's good news. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, being linked to Erling Haaland is one of the best news that you can hear, because he's a generational talent. What can I say? One of the best strikers, scary potential. All the top clubs in for him, going to cost upwards of 100 million. Now, James Robinson, journalist for the ESPN publication, stating that Chelsea, Man City and Manchester United will all go head-to-head this summer for Borussia Dortmund's forwards Erling Haaland this summer. Again, not new news. However, Champions League qualification is absolutely vital for any club to be serious contenders, and for me, this is regurgitated news. This is nothing new. I've said this countless times, and it was obvious to a lot of us. Of course, if you don't get Champions League football, forget Erling Haaland. He's not going to downgrade to Europa League. Of course he's not. It's not just about the money for him. He needs to make sure that it's the right career path, it's the right development for his plan to reach his potential. Europa League is not good enough for him. He needs to be playing Champions League football. So for me, this wasn't new news. Man City, of course, again, Champions League football. They're going to be Premier League champions. United looks set to get it as well. So it's Chelsea's job to secure it. And now our benefit is that we have the finances over United and Man City to pull this off, especially in this COVID climate, this COVID pandemic. We have the manager. We have the finances. We will hopefully have Champions League qualification. We have the law of the Premier League, mind you, so do Manchester United and Man City. But on top of that, we also have the players and the ambition to go and get this deal. The project and the ambition for Erling Haaland. You look at United, where they're a sinking ship. They've got an inexperienced manager. Their board is a complete mess. Man City, of course, you could argue they're better run than Chelsea, of course. But do City have the finances compared to Chelsea? I don't think so. So I think Chelsea do have upper hands and an advantage compared to those clubs. And yes, of course, we all know this. We have to get Champions League football. It's a no-brainer. If you don't get Champions League football, forget it. It's not the case. And added news to Erling Haaland is actually new, is that Borussia Dortmund are already making plans for an Erling Haaland replacement, actually, in case their star striker leaves. So they are already on the scout and lookout to sign some strikers just in case Haaland leaves, which is quite interesting that I'll tell you guys. But moving on to the final story, and there's another striker that is in regards to Tammy Abraham. Now, what's going to happen to this Donny if Erling Haaland leaves? He can't really stay, can he? If I'm Tammy Abraham, I'm training in Cobham, right? I'm on the cardio machine, whatever. And I look to my left and I see Erling Haaland walk through double doors in his suit, jacked up, with his agent next to him in a row, walking through. You're going to be intimidated. Because Erling Haaland is a generational talent. So, of course, and you've already got Timo Werner at the club. Havertz could potentially play false 9. Giroud's still at the club. So it's like, where is this guy going to get game time? Where is this guy? And his age is development. He needs to move. He needs sufficient game time. I don't think that Chelsea is a club for him. Now, the good news is there are some clubs interested. Southampton, West Ham, Leicester City, Aston Villa. And it looks like West Ham are the front runners to secure Tammy Abraham's signature. They've all inquired about his availability, and it looks like West Ham are the front runners. Now, again, West Ham are interested in signing a striker. How much would Chelsea sell Tammy Abraham for? 30 million, 40 million, 50 million, God knows. There is no price tag at the moment. We don't know yet, because Tammy Abraham's first choice is to stay at Chelsea because it's his dream club, but he needs to get his game time. He needs to put his career path ahead of him first, which is completely understandable. Look, I'm not blaming Tammy in any way, shape or form. He needs to put his career first. I completely understand that. West Ham look to be front runners for his signature, which is quite interesting if you ask me, and also Aston Villa. Now, Barkley is currently on loan at Aston Villa. There has been reports by Footy Insider that Chelsea have asked 35 million if Aston Villa want to make Barkley permanent. However, his performances recently haven't been that impressive, and that if they are going to purchase him for 35 million, he has to put in special performances until the end of the season. So, looks like Barkley will not be moving to Villa permanently, which is disappointing because we need to cash in on him and secure the finances. But that is me wrapping up the transfer video for you guys. If you did enjoy this news video too, smash like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.